Hey everyone, so the video that I made about how to do your IRB trainings didn't load properly, so I'm making a new one. I know it's last minute, but hopefully it will help for those folks who were not here on Thursday last week. All right, so the first thing, oh, sorry, you get to see how messy my desktop is. So the first thing that I want students to do is just to Google Manoa IRB. And then click on the IRB homepage. So here, we can go ahead and get into full screen view. On here, you'll see the trainings, among other things. So you can check on an e-protocol, you can submit a new protocol, you can modify, you can renew. These are all the different options, and if you missed lecture on Thursday, be sure to get notes from your peers. But one thing I discussed that I really want students to know about is the template option. So if you're working on a research proposal from scratch and you don't know how to create a particular document, maybe it's an interview protocol. Maybe it's a protocol for participant observations. There's pretty much a template for anything like that you would need. So that's a really useful resource because you want to make sure that the documents you're preparing for the IRB review process are sort of formatted the way in which the IRB wants, because you can have all the appropriate information in your proposal, but if it's not formatted the way that the IRB wants, then they might send it back to you for revision. So, and that of course slows the process down, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. And we actually will use some of those templates for our interview protocol and other supplemental material. All right. So today we're just focusing on the training. So you'll click on that. And then for us, we're doing stuff related to human subjects. So we want the CITI, the CITI training. So you click on that link. Now, for you folks who have never done any CITI trainings before, you'll actually need to register. So you'll click on register. And then you'll find your university. For us, it's University of Hawaii. Okay, there we go. And you agree to everything. Oh, whoops, wrong university. Okay, so you agree to everything, including that you're affiliated with the university, and then you want to click here. Now, don't do anything with being an independent learner because they will charge you, right? So because you're affiliated with the university, you get the free version. So don't pay for anything. All right, and then you would go on to create your username, enter all your information. Your username is your user ID, and your password should be the same password you use to log in for email and Lalima. You don't need to put @hawaii.edu, you just need your username. From here, I can't finish up that process because I already have a login. So I think this is pretty self-explanatory. So for me, I'm just gonna go to login and view courses. So for you, it's gonna look a little different because once you've registered and you log in using that registration information, you're not already going to have a list of courses you've taken, right? Because you're new. But you will have a list of a bunch of different courses, and then you can check off which ones you want to complete. These are basically all courses that CITI Training offers. So it's going to be things on biomedical, it's going to be things in the natural sciences, it's going to be a lot of stuff you don't need. And you're going to have to read through everything to find the ones you do need. So the two CITI trainings you need in order to be on an IRB is non-exempt social and behavioral sciences researchers and key personnel. and non-exempt social and behavioral sciences, researchers and key personnel IPS. The last two are ones I had to do for research projects I was previously on, but they're very niche and not things you'll need for the IRB we're doing as a class. Okay, so these are the two you'll need, and you'll click on them in the check boxes, and then they'll pop up and in your list of courses, and you'll do the courses. And you can see here that there's like a refresher. And so if you want to continuously submit new IRBs, you have to do the refresher course. So for me, I'll be doing that refresher course this week before I submit our class IRB either on Friday or Monday. Once you have completed the course, you'll be able to click on this, and it's going to take you to, you can either view or print your completion certificate. And so you want to make sure that you click on that, you get this little certification, and you want to send that to me as a PDF file, either via email or on Lalima. There's a place in the assignments tab where you can upload your PDF and there's a link for each certification. And then what I do is, when I'm adding all the information to our protocol online for our IRB submission, there's a place where I have to upload these certificates for each individual I add to the IRB. So if you want to be on the class IRB, you want to collect data for that project, you want to use that data for your paper, you have to complete this, and you have to give me your certifications so I can attach it with all the IRB material. I also want to point out, so on Thursday when we were working on the IRB stuff in class, when some students clicked on the these two courses from the list of options, they clicked on these two. There was a checkbox. They clicked on these two using the checkbox, and then when they got to this screen of the courses they needed to complete, a third course popped up automatically. They didn't click on it, it just popped up. And that happened for about half the students. The other half, it didn't happen. If you get a third course, go ahead and do that course and send me the PDF for all 3 completions, because I'm assuming that if a third course popped up, it's required for you. Perhaps other students did it at another time for another class, or that's the only thing I can think of. So just make sure you're completing everything in these two and everything else that comes up in your course list when you do the checkbox. And again, if you have any questions, I'm happy to meet with folks after class today. Today is Tuesday, August 3rd, and I hope that this tutorial helps a little bit. I will see everyone at 3. Bye, guys.